Yes, that's all I have to say. Absolutely amazing. So why am I celebrating, right? So here's the thing. The DoorDash girl got arrested and now she's in court and I am really happy. This was once in a lifetime moment where people will actually experience, because here's the thing, and I agree with Asmund Gold on this. Here's the thing with white people in the suburbs, they have a lot more privilege than most people realize and most people understand. Meaning, if you would get in trouble, 99% of the time, you would not get in trouble. Most of the time, you will just get away from it. And it's absolutely annoying, especially white Karens out there. And it gets frustrating when you see these types of shit online, and then at the end of the day, they're like doing whatever they want. It's absolutely frustrating, and it's stupid. It's so stupid. I could literally say it's beyond human comprehension, right? So a lot of times when people, get in trouble, especially white people, white woman people, sorry about that, but white woman people, they end up, getting away with it. And here I was looking at the news, literally, and I see the DoorDash girl finally getting arrested, and I was happy, okay? Like, I was so happy that she was getting arrested, and not only that, she's in court, right? So I am happy, and I hope she gets the final sentence. I'm talking, I hope she gets 5 to 10 years or something like that. Not death row, but that's extreme. But like what I'm saying, like I hope she gets the extreme amount of punishment what she did, right? And it's so happy seeing these types of stuff like finally getting justice at times, because not a lot of these things get revealed. Like, if you guys don't know, like most people will do random crap and then they end up getting away with it, right? Especially on Twitch. And like you saw like Twitch, how that one girl sexually assaulted a guy and then ended up, getting away with it and like probably getting banned 2 or 3 times for like 2 days or something like that. And I'm just happy to say that the DoorDash girl is just getting arrested and just gone. Like, when I first saw the video, I literally knew she committed a crime. The first thing I saw, she committed a crime. And I think there should be a law where you can't record or post anything that, has happened to you in a crime basis. The simple reason is because, if there was no law, I feel like more and more people would just post just because, they want more attention. It's a little stupid, it really is, and I honestly hope that there's a law one day where it kind of prohibits you recording some crime, some sort of thing, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure there is, and I'm probably going to look that up too, but, like, even then, I hope there is some law where you can't really record it online and just post it online, because, that can actually damage, reputations, falsely accuse someone. And this one, this one, it didn't falsely accuse someone. It quite literally did the opposite. It made the DoorDash girl arrested, and she didn't handle it good. I hope you understand. She did not handle it good. When it was in the DoorDash, right? When DoorDash was like, "Hey, we're gonna like cancel you for a bit, right?" Well, they ended up canceling her ass, and she starts screaming and making TikTok videos about it. That's a sign of attention, not a sign of SA. It really is not a sign of SA. It's a sign of attention, right? It's a sign where people just want to get attention for accuse or abuse that they had, right? So when they had something like that, when they've experienced something like that, right? A lot of times there comes trauma and stuff like that. But she wasn't traumatized. She wasn't anything. She was laughing, smiling. She's like, yeah, I got SA, blah 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 blah. And she kind of made, I guess, a really dark way to put it, made an entertainment within essay and stuff like that, and just made it a whole, like, it was an entertaining idea. And if someone accused you or something like that, you can falsely report if it's fine, right? And that's what she made it look like. And here's the thing, I'm happy that the authorities actually got to her, because if no one did, right, the problem is, I think it would have gotten worse, right? That's the problem with the internet. If like, let's say no one gets arrested for that specific crime that person did, then more and more people will start doing it, right? It will be like a trend, right? This time, if she wouldn't get arrested, it would be a terrible trend where people could probably accuse more and more people later on in the future. I know it sounds crazy, but it can happen, okay? You've seen this in the past. You've seen this like in the past with like pranks and stuff like that. But this time we're talking about, actual crimes. And so the fact that the authorities got to her, first of all, it was absolutely amazing. And I was like, oh my God, thank God, like nothing happened. After that, I heard the guy wanted, full max, justice, right? She wanted full max justice. And I looked at it, I was like, That's perfect, right? So here I am, seeing her in court, and I'm like, yeah, you're not laughing, you're not crying on TikTok now. What are you gonna do? Ask the lawyer for a judge in the middle of TikTok and start recording? So that's absolutely amazing. The fact that she's actually like getting justice, and like I can see her doing this. I don't know if they allow like TikTok on prison or something like that. I highly doubt so. But like imagine like 1 hour, a phone grabs a TikTok. Well, guys, here I am, abused, blah, blah, I'm saying stuff like that. So, like, here's the thing. I just don't like her at all whatsoever. And from day one, I knew something off for her. What's about her? I can't speak, sorry. Even when she kind of put her mouth like this, I look really ugly, but just bear with me, right? So, when someone does this, right? And like in a way, sometimes like they'll mean it seriously, and sometimes like they'll mean it but like in her case, her eyes wasn't showing it. I like to look on the psychology of things. I don't study it, but I look on the psychology of things, and just everything about her just doesn't seem right. Her eyes, her smile, her like, oh my god, I got essayed. Everything about it looked fake from day number one. Even though people were defending her, I was like, how do you not see this? Her smile looks absolutely fake. Her eyes makes it look like it was entertainment. It was, she wanted that glory of fame, right? And then someday she could be like the Huktua girl or something like that. So like literally that's what it felt like. And I know this sounds dark, but the thing is, we are living inside a social media, social media world. Dude, I can't speak. Meaning, if something like gets away, then more and more people will get away from it. And if something doesn't get away from it, then less and less people will get away from it. Meaning, we will get influenced by everything. Okay. For example, if I say, "Hey, drink water," and I have 100 million subscribers, right? And let's say water. Okay. So most people will come in and be like, "Yep, I'll drink water," especially kids and stuff like that. When they grow up, and I don't know if you know this, but when you grow up, your childhood stuff and like all the stuff that you learn, it sticks with you. Not all of it, but most of it, okay? So especially with the influencer. So when I say drink water, right, when they grow up, they're going to say, I'm going to drink water because, I like water now because I was influenced, now I like it. If I say, put AirPods on day, it's practically if whatever like an influencer or whatever someone says, they get influenced by, okay? With her case, because she was brought out in the world and this got attention like really bad, she would have been in that influence side for that little bit. Unknowingly, meaning if she actually got away, I guarantee more and more people will find a way to try to make fun of it and try to like grasp it, right? But I think the authorities, the fact that they got her, they were like, yes, let's go, then that means nobody's gonna try to mess with that. Nobody's gonna try to do anything. Like actually justice got served and everything went fine. And it's amazing, right? It's amazing. And like I know it sounds like I'm going extreme, but it really isn't. It really is not extreme. Instance, if you look at Charlie Kirk, okay, a lot of people got away from Charlie Kirk's him celebrating his death and stuff like that. And what's happening now, we're seeing thumbnails where, I'm not kidding, I'll post on TikTok and I'll see photos of people, hours and hours of people literally sending Charlie Kirk memes, right? And it's not like funny memes, it's like memes that are actually offensive to him because, not only he died, okay, he got shot, but B, it's offensive because most of the time people will like, people like, dress as him as like a woman or something like that, and it's absolutely disgusting. And like, by the way, if people gets away from it, people will start continuing and having that process. Again, Charlie Kirk's death is an extreme example, but it's actually a good example with that. Another example, if you want to look at it, is like pranks and stuff like that. So all of that stuff, all of that things, we have to be mindful what we post and what we do. And like I said, right, like if I said, let's drink water, you're going to drink water because I said it. When you grow up, you're going to be like, well, I like the taste of water, I'll drink it, right? You may not remember why, but it's probably because, hey, I said drink water. And even if you don't remember it, you'll still get influenced later on. It sounds crazy, but here's the thing, and this is what I believe. 100% of people are followers, right? Nobody is a leader in this world. Nobody is a leader. Nobody is anything. However, if you do become a leader, you end up following another leader, and that leader follows another leader, right? So everybody leads everybody. And so when we have social media, we end up leading everybody and actually ourselves at the same time. Meaning we get encouraged by you guys commenting, liking, subscribing, and I get encouraged right? Well, yeah, sorry, I get encouraged by you guys, like and subscribing, and you guys are getting encouraged by, watching the entertainment. So in reality, we're just feeding each other entertainment, right? And all that stuff. And we're feeding each other like what's good and bad, okay? That's what it is. And what happens is when you see stuff like this, we end up, like some people will say, oh, we want justice. Some people will say, who cares or whatever. And then what happens after that, it actually ends up impacting the entire world. And it sounds crazy, but it really isn't. It's like I usually say, one small mistake that you make, one small mistake that you make, it could have a large impact. Meaning if you poke a hole on a cake, it will probably like tear up, right? I've seen it actually. It will actually probably tear up. And then after that, it will end up look bad. So you don't want that hole. You want it to be fixed, and you want it to know what is right and what is wrong. So again, I am so happy that the authorities got in there in time and everything like that. And simply because she posted it online and people are getting influenced by that. And honestly, it's absolutely wrong in the first place. Falsely accusing a guy. And I am, again, so happy that there's justice out there and like something is being done. Even though like I am beyond happy. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or do you guys disagree? I know a lot of people agrees with me and a lot of people disagrees with me. I'm kidding. More people disagrees with me than agrees with me. So I'm just, dude, I'm getting like, yeah. You know the feeling when you feel like there's gas inside your body and you just want to like burp but you can't? Yeah. But anyways, so let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or disagree? Do you guys, agree with me or disagree? Most people actually don't agree with me. Then agrees with me. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. But personally, I kind of take this more of a, social area because it's been presented in a social area. And other than that, again, don't at the end of the day, don't falsely accuse someone. Don't record stuff on your phone, right, and post it on TikTok for attention or whatever. Just go ahead. If you see stuff like this, report this to the, police. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.